All right. Beautiful people. Global Soul Family. Are you ready? Tuned in to why we're here. Let me go to my page and pull this up because this is a Q&A. So I want to be able to see questions. Is everybody excited? I know I am. All right, here we go. Okay, great. Okay, waking up in the dream live from Thailand. It's Sunday morning here, March 20th, my mother's birthday. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. And it's Saturday night in the States and other places. And I'm excited because that's the highest frequency. It's my favorite frequency. And what I want to talk about today is Ascension tools. And what are Ascension tools? Are we ascending into another realm? Are we leaving 3D, moving into 5D? Are we splitting New Earth timelines? I don't really know. Hey, Jose. Jelf. Great to see you, brother. I don't really know. What I do know is that we are manifesting every single thing and every single timeline that we attract into our reality with our thoughts, our words, and the emotional frequency that we put behind those thoughts and words and frequency and vibration. So, why do I love excitement and playfulness and kindness and gratitude and compassion? Because they're the highest frequency. And so I just practice playing in these frequencies every single day. I take people through the 30-day journey every month. Hey, Jackie, Montana, love it. And what we do is we gently and playfully go in and look at anything that may be keeping us. Hey, Jane, great to see you. I couldn't find your Facebook page, but thank you for the generous donation to the Wild Jungle Dogs. I sent you an email. I don't know if you saw it, but thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are manifesting our reality with our thoughts, our words, and our vibration. Anybody tuning into this probably knows that, okay? However, let's go a little bit deeper and play with it. When we talk about ascension, it's not necessarily a place to go. It is shifting into higher states of conscious awareness. And how do we do that? Well, the first thing that we do is inner healing. And a lot of people do not want to admit to themselves that there's any inner healing to be done because that makes the ego feel like it's less than and that it's all screwed up. So one of the things that we tend to do is bypass, and we find other ways for the mind to think that we're doing the inner work. And we may be. However, I used to buy every top spiritual book. I'd read it, Think and Grow Rich, all the Esther Hicks stuff, you name it. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, The Law of One, all this stuff. And there's great stuff out there. However, my mind was going, this is really good, this is really good, this is really good. And I'd get to the end of the book, and then I'd go buy the next book. And I'd go to a lot of 3-day seminars, and I would get all pumped up. And then about a week later, I'd come back down and I'd realize that I was still holding the same triggers, the same judgments, the same lack of abundance that I was taught all my life because I was mirrored that. And I wasn't clearing and healing the inner stuff. And what I found is it's so easy to do the inner healing if you just want to address it and get playful with it. And I journey with people that have been through some horrific stuff: rape, abuse, MK Ultra, serious mental and physical abuse. And let me tell you, if you've been through hell, congratulations. I know it wasn't fun. However, you choosing to go through that on your soul contract, and yes, you did. And I know that when you're in the middle of it, you'd probably be just like me. There's no way I would have ever come down here and gone through all this crap. There's no way. But your higher self knew that you would overcome this. And by going through some of the deeper stuff, not only are you healing it for yourself, but you're healing it and clearing it for the collective. And congratulations. How wonderful. You knew that you would be able to do it. And your higher self knew that you had to forget everything before you came down here in order to go through the journey and have to navigate through everything that we're navigating through right now. So let's talk about some really good news, all right? Anybody paying attention can see that things are shifting on the planet. All of the dark is being revealed. All of the dark inversions are imploding. All of the deception in the media, the government, the healthcare system, the money system, it's all imploding as we speak. And a lot of people are saying, well, it's just not happening fast enough. What? All right. Time had to be slowed down in this 3D, 4D, 5D thing that we're surfing through with all our different frequencies. And it's happening very quickly. The ego says it isn't happening quick enough because it wants everything right now. But let's look at the reality of this. These things have been going on, these deceptive inversions have been going on for thousands of years. And we're here right now at one of the greatest, if not the greatest time in recorded history, and it's happening. And it's happening pretty quick. Yeah, I would like it to happen quicker too, because I'm ready, and I've been ready for 20, 30 years. I've seen the stuff. I've seen the programs. I know all government was fake. I knew that every single person that was put into government around the world was put there by the Illuminati and the Freemasons and the Rothschilds and the people that are even above them that we don't even know. Vanguard and BlackRock own pretty much every single thing on the planet, from the medical system to the money system to the banks to the big stores. Okay, cool. The great news is it's being completely exposed, and nothing is going to stop it. Nothing. So what is our number one invitation? To get excited. Why? Because excitement is the highest frequency. And here's something, I love simple tools where people can go, yeah, I get that. All this deep, stuff that's difficult to process, that's not me, because I'm into simple. And waking up in the dream is simple. It's 3 simple pieces, and anybody can learn them. In fact, children are going through the course now, and we're getting it in the New Earth schools, which is great, because children do not need to go to school for 12 to 16 to 20 years to be programmed to give up the best 65 years of their life so that they can become what? Another spell word, retired. It's no mistake that they named it that. Re means to recycle. Tired, you know what that means, okay? So what do we need to learn in order to navigate through just being the artistic, unlimited, magnificent, curious, playful children that we are? Well, we certainly don't need to be told what to think. We learn how to think. And that's what this process is about. So there's really only one or two things that children need to learn. And that is, what is an emotional trigger? And how do you consciously create your reality with playfulness and excitement and gratitude? Okay? So we are walking, talking, vibrating magnets, whether we're aware of it or not. So the number one key is to understand that you are a walking, talking, vibrating magnet. So it's very important to begin to track your frequency in every moment. Are you in the future? Are you in the past? Are you in judgment? Are you holding resentment towards people from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago? Have you not forgiven your mom or your dad or your last boyfriend or somebody that did something to you in grade school? Okay, we all had this stuff happen, but we were not taught that if we're still holding on to any of this, it's affecting our magnet. And what do magnets do? Magnets can only do one thing, and that is to attract like frequency people, situations, abundance or lack, and anything that we're holding on to. So the process of waking up in the dream is a very simple process of inner healing, which 99% of the time simply comes down to forgiveness. I watch people come on the very first 1 week call on the 30-day journey, or going through the book or the digital online course. And the first thing they do is they get on and they have to describe where they're at. So I understand that. But the first thing they do is they describe exactly what they don't like and what they haven't cleared. And they don't realize that because they haven't cleared it and thanked it. And yes, now this might be touchy for some people, because these are the people that I journey with, people that have been raped, molested, MK ultra'd, tortured, people have been murdered in their family. Some pretty horrible stuff. So I don't just tell them right away, thank the people that did it to you. No, I'm sensitive. However, when we're speaking about energy, you must be able to know if you've cleared that wound or that trigger or that event. And the only way to know is when you think of that event or that person or anything, can you go, okay, number one, I chose that as part of my soul contract. If you're open to this, whether you believe it or not, just be open-minded, be curious, because it will clear everything for you and it will shift everything that you attract into your reality. It will. I've done it. I was there. I was a judgeaholic. I was pissed off. I was angry. My dad died when I was 7. I never really got to know him. Okay, it was part of my soul contract. I love my dad. I'm so grateful, even though I didn't get to know him. He gave me the gift of life. That was part of our soul contract. I'll see him again probably sometime. I don't know. I don't know this stuff. But what I do know is gratitude and being playful and finding the gift in every situation is the key to moving out of the 3D matrix, and it'll do it faster than anything else I've ever found in the over $100,000 in 30 years that I've read the books, I've gone to the seminars and the webinars, I've hired teachers and coaches. This is the fastest way I've ever found, and it works. And that's why I come on and I do these lives and I share all the tools for free. And if you want to journey with me and really go deep and get mirrored for 30 days and beyond, come and grab one of the 4 monthly slots. It'll frickin' change your life faster than anything. But if not, tune into the lives. Go to my YouTube channel, Portal to Awakening. I've got hundreds of hours of these lives. And if you really take some notes and use the tools, you will shift faster than anything else I've ever found. So again, we're ascending. It's exciting. It's an incredible time right now. What are you focused on? Are you getting pulled into any of the media BS? 2 months ago, it was the jibby jab. Now that's completely disappeared almost. And it's, Ukraine and, come on. If you can't see the program, please look a little deeper. Anything that's in mainstream media is owned by the dark ones, Vanguard, BlackRock. You're being brainwashed. Oh, well, I can watch TV. I don't fall for that. No, the TV's going. I was riding my scooter last night. I go for rides at sundown every night and tune into the animals and the plants and the flowers and the streams, and it's amazing. And so I'm riding down the road, and there's this one overhead light that comes on every night, to light up the road. And hey, Sarah, I appreciate you too. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad it's resonating. So I'm riding down the road, and this light is just flickering every night, and it's really freaking bright. And I'm riding through it and I'm coming up to it, and I notice that it's really doing a number on my eyes and like my mind. And so I do my best to kind of look down and kind of close my eyes while still staying on my side of the road so I'm not running off the road, which I've done before. And I notice that this flickering is having a really detrimental effect on my mind and my psyche. And so that's what the Envision is doing, whether you're aware of it or not, and you think that you're awake. So do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, it's the #1 tool for brainwashing people on the planet, and it works really well, because if you look around, people are just eating it up. I mean, a lot of people are waking up faster and faster, but this is really key. So let's talk about some of these things. Inner healing, mandatory, okay? You don't have to call it inner healing if it makes you feel like less than, that you have a wound or you have something to heal. But go in and ask yourself today, or come back and watch this playback recording when I post it, and ask yourself, is there anyone that I need to forgive? Is there anyone that I'm pissed off about? Is there anyone that I'm still judging? Because if you are, that's going to keep you stuck in 3D, guaranteed. Why? Because judgments cannot exist in the higher frequencies of 5D and beyond. Resentment, lack, that stuff doesn't exist there. And it's great news. So what do? We be gentle with ourselves and we be playful. And we wake up and we consciously create our reality while our head is still on the pillow. If you're not doing this, I strongly invite you to do this. This is part one, along with inner healing, of the 30-day journey. And it is one of the most life-changing things that you'll ever do. Number one, you clear any lack of forgiveness or resentment or stuff that you're still holding against people. I mean, even if you view like the worst of the worst, like I had to learn to forgive pedophiles and people that are, harming our children and injecting them and putting them in fear every day. You must forgive everyone. It doesn't mean I wouldn't stop somebody if I didn't see them harming a child. However, I cannot hold the frequency of resentment in my body, in my field, and move beyond 3D. It'll keep bringing you back down. So be gentle with yourself and just practice. And I want to take a quick break right now and say that this is a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, please post them in the comments. And usually, nobody wants to post the first comment. I don't know why. It happens on every live. But as soon as somebody is brave enough or open enough to post a comment that everybody else is thinking, but they just don't want to be the one, because then their name pops up and they feel like you're not being judged, okay? You're being loved on. And anybody that posts a comment, thank you, because it opens up a whole nother avenue here, okay? So I'm going to continue with my little topic here and subtopics, but if somebody wants to post a comment or a question, post it. And we'll stay off the subject of the media and all that crap. But yeah, comment on the clicker. Okay, thank you. I will in a second. Thank you, Amanda. You rock. Okay, so what are the highest frequencies that we want to create every single morning? And why is it key to consciously create your reality? 22 people on here right now. I love it. Why is it the most important time of the day? As soon as we awaken, our head's still on the pillow, and we just realize that we've just come out of what we call the sleeping dream. We're dreaming all the time. We're dreaming right now. I loved it when my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, told me that in 2001. He said, "You're dreaming all the time." And I was like, "What? I don't know. I don't know if I can control that." The ego wants to be in control because it wants to feel safe. So it wants to be in this, false sense of control. There's no control. And when you finally let go of that, you start to fly. And all that trying to hold on that's weighing you down lets you go. It's like a breath of fresh air. So getting back to consciously creating your reality, the most important time of the day, when you awaken, before the 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running over and over and over. I got to get up. I got to put on a pot of coffee. I got to hop in the shower. I got to get the kids ready for school. Oh my God, I hope there's not traffic today. What we're doing is we're pulling in 3D. There may be things that you need to do as part of your everyday thing. However, if you do not stop and breathe and smile and love on every one of those trillions of cells, this is the first thing I do every single morning, and this is the first thing that people do when they go through the 30-day journey. It's completely life-changing. Are you aware? Let me tilt this up a little bit. Are you aware? And I'm sure that you are, but let's go a little bit deeper with this. We're just reminding each other, and I'm just talking to Jeff right now so he doesn't forget. If anybody else is listening, great. Are you aware that there's trillions of cells in this incredible body? And they're listening and paying attention because they're consciously aware. They're listening to every single thought, every single word, and all of the programs that are running. And they have been since you've come out of the womb. So, wouldn't it be an amazing thing to elevate your frequency and give your body some healing as soon as you awaken from the sleeping dream, to immediately go in and smile, which relaxes your entire body, and love on every single one of these cells. Men, I'm talking to you, strong men that, are a little bit, maybe a little more resistant than the women, to love on yourself. Come on, guys, let's catch up here, okay? This is 2022. You came here for this, okay? So we're loving on our body, every cell from head to toe, and we're thanking it for everything that it's done for us when we're not even paying attention. We don't even have to instruct our incredible system to do what it does, because it's loving on us unconditionally in every moment. It's breathing, it's beating our heart, it's purifying our blood, our toxins, it's processing food, energy. It's brilliant. You can't even really acknowledge how brilliant it is, because it's beyond what the mind can actually think. You can kind of go in and feel it, and you can go, yes. And so every single morning, you love on your cells and you smile and you breathe in deeply and flood your body with this life-giving prana until the mind stops running. And when it stops running and you're in your heart fully, that's called 0 point. Now that's where we want to create our reality and our day. So how do we do it? This is how I do it. It goes something like this. I'm smiling. I know my frequency's up because I do this every day and I know that it works. It magnetizes the holy frickin' crap out of my body and my field, and it pulls in these higher frequency timelines. It happens every day. And if you commit to doing this every single morning and then throughout the day, everything will shift in your reality. Why? Because you're consciously creating your reality instead of reacting to everything that happens out there. The hologram's reversed. That's how they tricked so many people into judgment and triggers and reaction and separation. It's a brilliant plan because they had all their DNA. They hijacked our DNA, and then they programmed us in school. Magnesium is great. Magnesium's great. So is baking soda, water, and lemon, because it alkalizes your body. But do not get Arm & Hammer baking soda because they put aluminum in it. How great is that? You think they did that by mistake? No. Okay? So forgive them, but don't buy their shit. Okay? So back to creating your day. Okay? First thing in the morning, before the 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running. If you need to set your alarm a half hour earlier or go to bed a half hour earlier because you got to get up earlier, then do it. There is nothing more important and valuable than consciously and intentionally creating your reality. If you don't do it, don't complain if you're not attracting abundance or you keep attracting the same wrong person in life and relationships. If you're not doing the inner healing and consciously creating your reality, these things are so easy. When I teach this to kids, they do it. They don't have any resistance. They don't have all those programs running. They're excited, and I get them to be excited. And it works. So if you'll get excited every morning, the highest frequency, excitement, gratitude, playfulness, you're going to start magnetizing more of those like frequencies into your reality. Why? Because it's a law. It's the law of attraction. It's not just the hope of attraction or the wish of attraction. Those are weak ass spell words. So let's go over a couple of those. But let's wrap this up on consciously creating your day. If you are not consciously taking time to create your reality every single morning and you think you're too busy, then the ego won, and welcome to the 3D matrix. I can't say it any easier or more loving than that. If you are not consciously tracking your frequency and consciously creating your reality and checking in throughout the day, don't expect a lot to change. It's just the way it is. Okay? Thank you, Nicole, for sharing. Okay, so my friend Amanda asked me to talk about the clicker. So when everybody buys the book or does the digital online course or journeys with me for 30 days and then becomes family for life, you're all family for life. We're all connected. But we start to track every single judgment, every single trigger, every single less than thought, every thought that doesn't come from love, gratitude, joy, compassion, excitement. And we start to track this stuff because the ego feeds off of it. It feeds off those emotions. It's taught to. I was taught to be a judgeaholic. Many of you know the story. I was tossed into Catholic school in second grade. I was wearing a uniform and a little bow tie, and I had to stand in the corner all the time. And, you know, it was judgment day every day. Those nuns were pissed off in the Catholic Church. And even though I didn't know anything about conscious awareness, my little boy, Jeffy, at 7 years young, he knew that something was wrong with the frequency. Okay? So, when we begin to consciously track and catch all of our triggers, our judgments, our less than thoughts, our fears, our worries, our doubts, and we stop and we take a breath and we go, okay, here's the billion-dollar question. What is this trying to show me or teach me about me? It's never about the person that you judged or that triggered you. They're the gift. But most people think, oh, those people, blah, blah, blah. They have it all backwards, and they just keep spinning and spinning and spinning in the 3D matrix. And they feel really justified. Oh, man, those people are so, oh. If you can't catch that frequency, you are just going to keep repeating and attracting those same situations and those same people in life and relationships. So this is priceless here. It really is. This is priceless stuff. Yeah, okay. So if you get angry at a guy in the grocery store, then, you know, get yourself a clicker. It costs, I don't know, $2, $3, $5. You can order one off Shamazon if, you know, you live out in the middle of nowhere where you can't find one. But you can usually find one at 99-cent store, sporting goods stores, Target, stuff like that. Really cheap. So it's a game changer. And then in the book, the digital course, and when you come and journey with me in a personal mentorship, you download a daily tracking sheet. You print it out, and it's super, super simple. You don't have to write out the Gettysburg Address every night. You just fill in, how many times did I click? What came up for me today? What were my aha moments? And what were my triggers? And once you start to see them, you'll just see that they're repeating patterns that the ego feeds off of because there's an emotional frequency that happens when we have a judgment or a trigger. They're just different levels of frequency. Like judgment is, oh, I don't like that person. Or a real strong frequency like fear or doubt or, you know, that wound comes up, okay? But you track them. And here's the key. We cannot dismantle a program unless we can see it. But once we see it and we acknowledge it and we shine a little bit of light on it, the energy, we allow it to move and it starts to clear from our body. So the great news is, again, that we can actually clear decades and decades and decades of things that happened in one session, 1 or 2 days, or maybe over a period of a week or a month, definitely within 30 days. I don't know anything else that does it quicker. I have people that come to me that have been going to psychiatrists and psychologists for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And for some reason, haven't really cleared anything. But those psychiatrists and psychologists were taught in the system. So just like the medical industry, they weren't really taught to heal people. And I'm not saying this if anybody out there is a good, loving psychologist or psychiatrist. God bless you. Okay? But this is my experience, and these are the people that come to me every month to journey, and we clear stuff, and they're like, why didn't people show me this stuff? Well, there's a reason why. But now the New Earth schools are going to be teaching this very soon. Whoops, upside down. Okay? And kids are not going to need to go to school for 12 or 16 or 20 years to get into the club to sign the best years of their life away so they can become retired. No, they're going to be taught how to create their reality with excitement and playfulness. They're going to be taught to do what they love and only what they love because they came here with gifts. And they're going to be taught what an emotional trigger is and how to clear it. Maybe a lot of the kids coming in now aren't even going to have emotional triggers. They're advanced. They're highly advanced. I'm not there yet. I'm playing with it every day. Okay? So let me go back and see if there's a couple questions here. And if there's any question on what. Here's another great mantra, 3-word mantra. This eliminates pulling you back down into the 3D matrix. When you see something that you don't necessarily like or that would be a trigger in the past, instead of going into a trigger or a judgment or a reaction, empower yourself with awareness and go, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That's neutral. That puts you in the 0 point, and you can just be the observer. And there is nothing more powerful than being a conscious observer. Automatic reactors, judgers, triggered people, wounded people, they just have to keep reliving the same thing because their magnetic frequency is going to keep attracting the same type of timelines, lack, fear, doubt, narcissist. Well, I don't even like that word. It didn't even exist 10 years ago, and now everybody's throwing it around like it's candy, and they don't realize that they're the ones attracting that. Hello. Okay? So, are you getting this? Are you downloading it? Okay. Yeah, it's just about reminding ourselves and being really gentle with ourselves. And then setting alarms on your phone. Everybody that goes through the course sets 15 alarms on their phone, and then every time the alarm goes off at 122, 233, 344, I like to play with numbers because they start to talk to you. It's pretty interesting. Who's creating your reality? You are. Okay? So eliminate this statement that I see so many people saying about whether or not the awakening is happening. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, guess what? You aren't going to see it because your beliefs are creating your reality. Believe it and then see it. So that reminds me, let me go back to consciously creating your reality in the morning. Okay? I'm jumping around because I just flow. I have a lot of energy and I have to do this. Otherwise, I'll fall off the bicycle. So I just got to be in my heart and roll with it. So, consciously creating our reality every single day. First thing, loving on every one of your trillions of cells, thanking them for loving you in every second moment when you're not even thinking about it. Beating your heart, purifying your blood. It's mind-boggling what your cells are doing for you right now. Trillions of functions are happening just to process what we're doing right now. It's unbelievable. What an honor to be in this sacred body. So love on it. Love on it, love on it. And are you doing mirror exercises every day? Do you look in the mirror and go, I love you so much. I love you. Because I used to look in the mirror and find everything wrong with myself. Everything wrong. Until I cleared it. But I'll tell you what, the big test of where's your frequency is can you look in the mirror and go, I love you. And the ego will go, yeah, you did a lot of stupid shit and all this stuff and drugs and alcohol and I love you. Everything that you did was part of your soul contract. Forgive it, forgive it, forgive it. There is nothing that is unforgivable. Nothing. So, when you're looking in the mirror every day, give yourself some love because every one of those trillions of cells is active and it's listening. And when you love on it, your frequency goes up. And guess what? You start to attract like frequencies of abundance and magical people and synchronicities. Oh, you'll never guess what happened. This thing magically appeared. But it's not magic and miracles. It's you. You're the miracle. So your beliefs are creating your reality. So don't ever say, I'll believe it when I see it. That is the lamest 3D asleep lack, program, sabotage statement you'll ever say, one of them. Okay, so to pick it up, creating your day, you're loving on your body, part 1. Part 2, how do you see and envision what you have already attracted into your reality? Notice how I said what you have already attracted, not what you want, not what you're trying. Let's talk about spell words real quick. Eliminate all these words. They're spell words, and they give your subconscious one exact instruction, and that instruction is, it's not here yet. And the subconscious can only take a direct order. So eliminate need, want, hope, wish, try, should, going to. Those are all weak-ass spell words, and they were put into the spelling system for a reason. So you would keep programming your mind, your subconscious, to tell it, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet. Okay? So when we consciously create our reality first thing in the morning and throughout the day when our alarms go off, we see anything we desire is already here now. This is the trick, okay? In the beginning, the ego might go, well, it's not here, and Jeff just told you. Okay, stay with me. This is life-changing, and it's priceless. You must see it is here now in order for the subconscious to go, it's here now. Because if it's not here now, the subconscious can't bring it here now. Okay? This is what they didn't teach you in The Secret, in the big movie. Okay? You must see it is here now, and you must feel it. That's the key. Feeling is the magnetic frequency. Okay? So when you're creating your reality, or you're doing a little meditation, or daydreaming by the pond or by the lake, or looking at the stars, or sun gazing, or you're out hanging out with the animals, and there's anything you desire, you see it and feel it as here now. If you get this, it'll change everything in your reality, and you just play with it and practice it. Okay? So let me go into psychedelics. Can raise your frequency for sure. They can also screw you up if you take the wrong stuff, so be careful with that. But I think mushrooms are very good. They can be very gentle. And, I've done ayahuasca as well. That's quite intense. Just, okay, how do I raise my frequency faster than normal, and is that healthy to do? There's nothing more healthy than raising your frequency, because you're God. You're unlimited being. The key is to remember that. So how do you raise it faster? Every single thing I've shared in here. Loving on yourselves, smiling, being in gratitude for every single thing. Even if you're in a tough position right now, find something to be grateful for. Wow, I've got a computer, or I've got a phone. My body's breathing. I'm healthy right now. I've got food. I've got air. I've got water. I've got friends. I've got a Tibetan bowl. I've got music. I've got guitars. I've got a flute. I've got friends. I've got clothes. I've got a shower. I've got a place to sleep. I've got animals around me. I mean, come on, people. Find things to be grateful for. It raises your frequency, and then you will attract more things. But if you're sitting around going, I'm screwed, and all I talk about is how bad things are, and I wish they were different. Wish is weak. Wish is weak ass. I intend. I am creating. I have manifested. I know that what's for me will come to me. But if I'm talking about what I don't like, then I'm magnetizing more of what I don't like. This is why it's so important to track your frequency all day long and be playful with it. If you want to get the book and you don't have it already, go get it at the website. It's half price, the cost of lunch or dinner. The digital course with the 4 hours of PowerPoint trainings that will get you to see the program so clearly, and you'll go, oh my God, almost everybody's doing that reactive thing for the cost of dinner. Come on, people. And you can also afford to do 30 days with me if that resonates with you, and it will rock your world. Because not only do I do one call a week, which is usually an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, I don't put time limits on my calls. When I'm with a client and we're locked in, we are locked in. And then the reason I only journey with 4 people a month is because when you put your trust in me, I'm in contact with you almost every single day or every other day, especially during the first 2 weeks when we're completing the inner healing and dismantling the belief system and creating our reality. You go through that process, and every single thing in your life, relationships, abundance, will change like that, no matter what you've been through. And I journey with people that are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decades young. Notice how I say young? Why do I say young and I never use the word OLD? Anybody know? Because your cells are consciously aware and they're listening to every single thought and word and thing that you think. So why would you want to tell your cells that you're OLD? Don't ever use that word ever again. Even when you talk about your birthday. Yeah, I can maybe play you guys a song. We can do a little drop into our heart and amplifying the love for ourselves here at the end here. So let me just see. Thank you, Tamara. You're welcome. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else have a question? Yes, isn't that interesting? Okay, good. Eleni. Let me see. Okay, cool. Thank you for asking this. How can you stay in a positive vibration if you're dealing with an ill family member? Okay, great question. Also, I can add to this question, how can you stay in a positive vibration if a lot of the people in your family aren't awake yet and they've gone to get the jibby jab or whatever and they think you're crazy? Okay, so this is how. Become the conscious, loving, compassionate observer and understand it's great to feel sadness. It's great to feel their pain for a moment, but don't take it on and hold on to it. It's not your responsibility, and they wouldn't want you to do that, okay? We hold space with conscious awareness. We understand that this is part of their soul contract. We surround them in love and light, and we do our best to uplift them with all the tools that we have. Kindness, compassion, bringing them food, going to the store for them, holding their hand, talking to them, being a good, conscious listener, okay? Now, if you're in a relationship with family members that are reactive and they can't figure out why you didn't go get your third frickin' jab or whatever, then sometimes you might need to pull away and observe from a distance. But don't let them trigger you. Understand that their journey is their journey, and that's what they're going through. Now, a lot of you know that I go around and I do my best to help heal wild jungle dogs and animals. And yes, when I see them and they're hurt and they've got a huge wound or they're ready to die, that can be painful. Fuck yeah, I'm in tears all the time. And I go into tears with people when they come onto the week 1 call when they're doing the 30-day journey because we're clearing stuff. But you know what the first thing people usually do when they start to cry or have a tear on the call with me? They reach up and they clear it, and then what do? They apologize like it's something to be ashamed of. And I'm like, don't apologize, let's cry. This energy's been wanting to come up for decades. Let's clear it. Let's cry. Or the other thing is maybe you need to kneel down in front of your mattress and stack a couple pillows up and pound out the anger. It's okay as long as you're not projecting it on anybody else. But this energy needs to move. So stay in the positive vibration by being the conscious observer and realize by tracking your frequency that if you allow yourself to come down, it's okay to feel sad, but don't stay there. Come back up and go, okay, here's something I can feel good about. I'm able to hold space for this beautiful soul. I'm able to shower them with love. I'm able to give them words of encouragement. I was able to bring them some really healthy juices today and a really nice uplifting video to watch or something. Okay? So just track your frequency. I intend that assists. Okay? And just know that whatever they're going through, that's part of their contract. Okay? So, any other questions? Any other questions from anybody? Okay. 939. It's 44 minutes. That's a good number. Okay. So, I'll pause for a second. If anybody has any final questions, they've been sitting there going, I really want to ask a question, but I'm not sure if I should. Now's an opportunity to ask a question. I don't know everything. In fact, I don't know anything. That's one of my power statements. But I do know frequency and vibration, and I do understand how to consciously create my reality first thing every morning and throughout the day. And I catch myself if I have a judgment. Yeah, I still get triggered. I got triggered big time the other day. Somebody sent me a broken boombox, and when I tried to send it back, they told me to take photos of it, and I couldn't take it all apart. So they're like, "We don't believe you." And I'm like, "What?" That turned into half a day of, so I got triggered. And afterwards, I kind of judge myself because I'm like, "Well, you're Mr. Waking Up in the Dream. Why'd you get triggered?" And I'm like, okay, I love myself. I love myself. I'll do better next time. But I love myself. And thank you for showing me where I could still get triggered by something that was really kind of meaningless. So I'm in the same process with everybody else. And that's why I do these lives. And that's why I love doing this. Because guess what? Every single person is my teacher. Every single one. Nobody's above me. Some people call me the teacher when they go through my course. No, I say, you're my teacher. You're giving me an opportunity to go deeper and reaffirm these tools. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody's your mirror. You know, in 2001, when I met Miguel and I became his apprentice, one of his apprentices, he told me, he said, "Jeff, everyone is you." I was like, "What? Everyone's me? You mean even the bad guys, the pedophiles, the murderers, the rapists?" Well, he said, "You may have been one of those in a previous lifetime." He said, "Compassion and forgiveness is the key." And this is where I began to learn about us holding frequencies against other people. If you're still holding judgments or lack of forgiveness, or you walk around and say this really horrible statement, "I'm so sick of," boy, I would never tell myself that I'm sick of anything. Be very careful about the words that you use and how they feel, because you're giving instructions to every single cell and to your subconscious. So when something shows up that you don't like, don't go, "Oh, those people out there." Ask yourself, why did I attract this into my reality? The priceless statement. What is this trying to show me or teach me about me? When you do that, you will begin to step into mastery. And I'm not saying that anybody else hasn't here, because anybody that's stayed on this call for this long is already a master. The information is resonating. We're just all reminding each other. What a blessing. Thank you, Facebook, for connecting all these incredible soul family in the world. Your whole plan of deceiving and inverting everybody is self-destructing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you, George Soros. Thank you, everybody else. We are rocking it. And other people go, "Oh, I'm going to jump to another platform." I've tried them all. None of them have given me this kind of connectability and the ability to do lives and post, and all the other ones are like, God dang, they're difficult. Yeah. So who was I in a past life, or rather, who am I identified as when speaking of my soul stream? I'm not really sure what that means from your perspective, but all I know is, what is this trying to teach me or show me about me? That's all I need to know. What is this trying to show me or teach me? Or better yet, from a higher soul perspective, what am I trying to show myself or remind myself on my ascending journey? There you go. Yeah. So, great. Oh, God bless you. I just got new glasses, and that's a whole nother story. My glasses broke. They dropped off my scooter at night. I stepped on them. I smashed them. And then I had to wear all these other glasses for 2 months that I couldn't even see. And I just got these, and they cost a lot. But money comes to me easily and effortlessly because I no longer hold on to it anymore. And let's talk about money for a minute, because I was kind of in lack all my life. I was taught that money was very difficult to come by. When my dad died in a plane crash when I was 7, my mom, God bless her, she got some money from the insurance company, but Number one, we didn't have a dad, the leader of our family, and there was only so much money. And a lot of that got put away for school and things like that. My mom bought us a nice house in a beautiful neighborhood. God bless you, Mom. I love you. And it's 9:44, and today's your birthday, the 20th. But you're in California, so it's not the 20th yet. But God bless you. Okay, so the point is, I was taught lack all my life. And my uncle, who was my dad's brother, had 8 kids. So you want to talk about lack. And we're at the dinner table, and it's like, you better finish that last pea because there's kids starving in India, and all this programming. So money was always difficult for me. I didn't actually clear this until about 4 years ago. And interestingly enough, I paid for all these seminars on money, 3-day seminars, weekends in Las Vegas, Sedona, Los Angeles, San Diego, where I'm from. I was all pumped up on the 3rd day. And then a week later, I was right back to where I was. Why? Because they didn't teach me how to go in and clear the underlying subconscious belief. Affirmations don't work if you've got a program running underneath that says no. Okay? I paid for EFT tapping. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I paid for the 11 CD set of affirmations. I spent thousands of dollars on courses on abundance. I bought The Secret, and I gave away 11 of them for Christmas when it first came out. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, my mom's amazing. She still thinks I'm a little bit crazy, but that's okay. I'm not for everybody. I go against the grain. I always have. And that's why I'm here. But I do it lovingly. I've learned how to do that. Okay? Because resistance creates more resistance. Okay? So yeah, I just lost my point. Oh, money. Okay. I'm doing my best to be interactive here with everybody. Thank you so much. Oh my God. That goes right into my heart. Thank you. For years and years and years and years, I struggled. I was suicidal. I was miserable because I was a loving kid and I couldn't understand why life was so much deception and ugliness and separation and all this shit. So I hung out in the woods every day and connected with the animals and the streams and the wildlife and the flowers. And I still do that every day. That's why I love Thailand so much, because it's one of the most lush, tropical, earth-based countries I've ever been to. I mean, there's a temple on every corner. You've seen my lives of the big gold Buddhas, and it's amazing. But thank you for that. Okay, so money. What changed my life? Well, I did all the EFT tapping and the affirmations, and nothing worked. So then I was like, okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. When I feel the frequency of paying for something or giving away something, and my body goes, oh, I can only give so much because there's only enough, that's the program of lack and fear that there's not enough. That's a lie. That's the 3D matrix. There's infinite abundance. Look at Mother Earth. God, come to Thailand. Look at my videos. Anywhere there's not concrete or a street, there's flowers. There's bananas hanging everywhere I go. I can just walk up and pick them off the side of the road, palm trees. There's millions of butterflies and dragonflies, more dragonflies than I've ever seen anywhere. There's sunflowers, there's azaleas, there's bougainvillea. There's just more plant life coming out of the earth than anywhere I've ever seen. And it's incredible. And so this planet is unlimited. The only limits are the programs that were set up by the system. But it's so important for you, us, we together to understand that there is no lack. And if you're believing that there is, then it's time for a change. It might be time for a different job. It might be time to step into what you really love and what you're passionate about, but you believe that you can't make a living doing it. That's a lie. And now with the internet, you can share with anybody. You can create a free group. You can create a paid group. People will show up. Okay? I give away all the tools for free. I'm not holding back anything from my course in any of these lives. Okay? However, if you come and journey with me for 30 days, I will mirror you, love you, wrap you up, and we will dismantle decades of programming like that. But you can still get it on your own, because I'm not in fear that if if I give away all my tools on this live, then I'm not going to be taken care of. No, that's a lie. Give freely and you will be rewarded. And we're still playing in this 3D money system that's about to be frickin' completely dismantled. All the fake banks, all the IRS, don't ever give any money to the IRS. It's a completely fake entity. It's a soulless corporation outside of the completely fake U.S. Constitution that we're living under as slaves right now. But it's all being dismantled, okay? Trust. It's happening. What's going to go down in the next 3 to 6 months? And I know, I'll believe it when I see it. Go, I know it's happening. It's happening. Trust me. I'm on the internet every day. I'm researching with people all over the world. It's happening. The light has already won. It's already won. I'm telling you, there are things that would blow your mind into a million pieces. There are technologies, free energy. Energy's always been free. Nothing on earth costs anything. It's just that people took it and then they decided to sell it to you. That is all being dismantled right now. So money, okay, so the statement. So what happened is I realized that I was in resistance when I went to give or tip somebody. I grew up as a bartender. I'll finish with this and then we can do a sound journey thing. And thank you for everybody that stayed on. I'm honored, truly honored, okay? I'm holding the highest frequency of excitement that I can for you guys. I'm going like the Energizer Bunny, and I love doing it. It takes focus. Before I even did the live, I'm like, should I do a live? I don't even really know if I have anything to say. I say the same thing every time. What am I going to say that's any different this time? See, that's how my mind went. And I'm like, well, maybe I won't do a live because I don't feel totally confident. Okay? All these programs. But when I come on and I get into my heart and I see that some people show up, I'm like, let's do this. Come on. This is why we're here. What's better than this? I mean, we could be scrolling, liking, like a lot of us do. That's okay. But these tools to me are the most life-changing tools in the simplest format that I've ever come across. So thank you. Okay, so I was a bartender, and I realized when I would go out with my friends and we'd pay for dinner or drinks, the bill would come, okay? And then we would all go, okay, well, what should we tip her? Was the service good? Was the food good? All these mental bullshit things that we think about that are 3D. Really, what's the root of that? And this is what I've uncovered. The root of it is I want to decide what's fair because I want to be fair, but I don't want to give too much because I don't know if I'm going to have an abundance of money, so I need to watch my money. Sound familiar? Okay, so we all do this. There's nothing wrong with it. Just observe it. But this is how we move beyond it. So what did I do? I realized that I was still in fear of giving because the program was there's only so much and I need to be really careful because there may not be enough. This is the program that they run with the fake money system, and this is how they control everybody. It's all fake, and all the people at the top are making trillions of dollars more than ever right now off of this fake money, and they're all going to be removed. You cannot harm people and remain in these new frequencies. You cannot. Bye-bye. Okay? So what did I do? So I adapted this mantra that I invite you to adapt, and it changed my life, and it changed my frequency. And it's this. Anything I give or spend has already been returned to me. Because guess what? Everybody's you. Everything you give or spend, you're giving to yourself. It's the whole trick of the matrix, the whole illusion. When you wake up to it and you can be playful and go, fuck, I love to give. Who can I find to give today? And you can start with giving a smile, giving kindness, giving whatever. It doesn't always have to be money. It's all currency. If it comes from the heart, then it's giving. And then you play with money. Okay? Again, the mantra to embody is anything or everything I give or spend has already been returned to me. Changed my life. Yeah, changed my life. Okay, here we go down the rabbit hole. Jeff, do you believe in different timelines or quantum jumps theory? Absolutely. Absolutely. Timelines are happening just like the television, boom, 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 boom. It's just that in 3D, everything's kind of slowed down so we don't notice it. This is why it's so important to track your frequency and vibration in every moment. Everything's a timeline. And anything that you can ever imagine is already here. It's not in the future. That's why when we create our reality first thing every morning, we get excited. We love on our cells and our body with our breath. That raises our vibration of our magnet. And then we see everything is already here now. Key. You must see it as here now, never in the future. And refrain from saying words like, I'm trying, I need, I'm going to, I wish, I hope, I want. Again, they all tell the subconscious one thing. It's not here yet. So when you learn that the subconscious can only take a direct order, and it will deliver on that direct order every time, and you learn to track your frequency, there, you just learned more priceless information than 20 years of school and college. There it is. Here it is. And this is what we're teaching the children and anybody else that wants to learn now. So, I know nothing. The only thing that I know and I trust is my thoughts, my words, and my frequency and vibration attract or repel what shows up in my reality. I don't need to know anything else other than that. It's that simple. You don't need to go to school to get a degree, to sell your soul, to get into the club, to give up 65 years of your life. If you want to do that, that's great. If there's something you're interested in and you really feel like it's helping people, that's great. But I say, do it on your own. Use the computer to get it to the people that want to be magnetically attracted to you, and create your own hours. I'm the freest I've ever been. Now, if that triggers you, that's not my intention, because it took me forever to get to this point. It really did. And now I'm here. And I'm doing my absolute best to use these tools every single day. And I can feel if my frequency gets pulled out. And I just don't let it. I go out and I smile. And I say I love you to something. I'm acknowledging that I have that self-love in myself. I feel good. And I know that my frequency is high. And I just play with that over and over and over all day. So I intend that, this is valuable to you. Okay, so can you jump from one timeline where someone is dead? And I don't know. I know people that say they can. I know people that say they talk to people that have passed on. I haven't made that connection. I've reached out to my dad. I've reached out to Saint Germain, everybody. Archangel Michael. And I'm like, hey, if you're there, let's connect, let's team up and kick some ass. But I don't consciously know that anybody has ever sent me a message. They might be all around me right now laughing and smiling. I don't know. So I don't know about that. And here's the thing that I see that people do, and I see it all the time. They have to check in with somebody out there before they can decide what they're doing. So in a way, they're giving their power away to something in the external. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that if it's working for you, but I'm saying be careful. Because I see people go to church, which I grew up in. I'm not into religion. It's all been manipulated, all of it. If that triggers you, maybe something to look at, okay? You're God. You don't need somebody telling you in a book to give your power away and pray to somebody else. If you want to pray, that's great. It's great to send wonderful intentions to people. It's okay. It's cool to say, hey, Jesus, if you exist, I don't know if you did, but I definitely resonate with the term Christ consciousness. I don't remember hanging out with you, even though my initials are JC. I don't know if that means anything. All I know is, where's my frequency right now? Where's my frequency right now? And so in church and all these Buddhist temples that I go to almost every day, I see people go and pray and put money into the box, and they're hoping and wishing that the Buddha is going to throw them a bone. Makes me sad when I see that, because What they're really saying is, you have power that I don't. You have power that I don't. Isn't that interesting? Okay? So our number one goal here is to remember that we are the creator. We are not separate from the creator. And we are creating it all with our thoughts, our words, and our frequency. So I intend that you found this valuable. I think that's enough for now. I'll do a little, why don't we do a little flute thing? And again, here's the link. If anybody would like to come and is interested in doing the 30-day transformational experience mentorship, I'll be happy to get on a call with you. I'm not going to try and close you. If you're not 100% yes, I don't want you to do it because I don't want to have to pull you through it. I've done that before in groups and it's taxing. There's only 4 spots a month. Nobody's ever been turned away. And yeah, there is an investment, but you'll learn to attract money like that, doing what you love. And so it's the most powerful thing that I know, and I love doing it. So let's do this. Let me see if I can fire up this flute and get a little bit of reverb on it. Make it a little bit more. Whoops. That's a little hot. I don't know if I can do that right now. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Okay, so anyway, just imagine that it's really floaty. So what I would invite you to do, if you're still here, 23 people, thank you, first of all. And let's take just a few minutes before we go and tune in to our body and really give it some love and thank it for unconditionally loving on you in every moment since you've been in the womb. I mean, that's even like difficult to comprehend. And give yourself a lot of love and ask yourself, are you excited for where you're going right now? Are you understanding more that your moment-to-moment thoughts, words, they're instructing the subconscious to create your reality and play with it? And yes, there will be a recording of this. You can come and get it off my page, and then it will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/portal to awakening, just like my website. And thank you to anybody that shared this. I greatly appreciate it. If you have anybody you know that may be struggling and would benefit from this, I don't know who wouldn't. To me, these are the tools, and it's the simplest way to explain them. So tune into your body and just give thanks. And then anything that you desire, whether it's 5D Earth, everybody's healed, the med beds are here. There is technology that is going to blow our minds. There's not going to have to be any more WORK. We might go out in the community organic garden for a couple hours and hang out with people and have great conversation and water the plants or something in our bare feet and be in heaven. But there's not going to be any WORK to survive and pay to live. And it's coming faster than you think. So let's all imagine it right now while we're giving love to ourselves. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's my honor to be here at this time. And big, big love to everybody. All right, so here we go. I got to have some reverb. Hang on just a second. Got to make it floaty. Hello? Check 1, 2. Well, it's not happening. Sorry for the delay. Let me just see if I can do this for you guys, because I want you guys to feel this. Okay. Let's see if I can get this going. Are you feeling it in every cell of your body? Are you smiling? Are you in gratitude? I love that. Wish you guys could all come to Thailand for a concert. It's coming. Things are opening up. It's happening very quickly. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody. And how amazing. We're coming up on 111. How perfect. Yeah. I'm feeling really gracious too. Thank you, everybody. We're almost at 1 minute and 11. And I'm really grateful. Thank you for all the love. If you need a refresher, come back and watch this, because these are the tools and they're truly life-changing, truly life-changing. So big love from Thailand at 111. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Many blessings, everybody.